Because you always talked about a
Yeah.
3% growth in GDP.
Yeah.
Over.
So let me
Why is being financially excluded from credit
let
bad?
me think of a better way to say that. At current pace, economies like Brazil will take 75 years to reach the current economic output of the UK. They need some accelerant. They need a catalyst. Credit can be that catalyst. It can be that for, again, a state, a country, a region, improving GDP by up to 6% for countries that enable fully digital credit. And at the same time, on an individual basis, it can be the path towards financial stability, and getting
Start at. It'll be the path for.
yeah, it'll be the path for financial stability and prosperity. Getting a small loan for your business enables you to make a good living, then perhaps pay for school, pay for a car, pay for a house, and truly start to build wealth.
So what's in it for banks?
For lenders, having access to the unbanked and underbanked represents a $1 trillion opportunity. Again, $3 trillion on an annual basis is the gap between demand for credit in this population and the ability to access it, the offers they're receiving from lenders. Lenders that don't adopt a digital-first methodology for grabbing this market. Let me change that. I don't like that, grabbing the market.
Because what happens to banks that don't adopt these new technologies?
Lenders that don't adapt these new technologies that enable them to access new markets, like the unbanked and the underbanked, are going to end up losing market share to upstarts like fintechs and challenger banks. You've seen this in the UK, you've seen this in Brazil with Nubank, and you're starting to see that impact in Mexico, Colombia, Peru, and other countries in the region. If they don't change their approach, if they stay with their old way of approving credit, they're going to be looking up at the competitors that have surpassed them.
So what does it take a lender or even a bank to get involved with Prosperas? Is this a difficult process?
No, if you want to join the marketplace, you simply sign a quick agreement with us. We can get you onboarded in a couple days in the portal. You can provision your products, so you tell in the portal you set up your products, you start a campaign for that product, and you tell us how many leads you want to receive. Per month, per year, per quarter, it doesn't matter. And you pay only when an individual accepts an offer that's been presented from your banking institution.
So how quickly can somebody get set up?
Within 48 hours, a lender can get set up.
Say it only takes 48 hours
Yeah.
to get set up.
It only takes 48 hours for a lender to activate their account and start receiving leads within our marketplace.
It's great.
Yeah. And let me finish right. Let me just say one more thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The true power of the marketplace is that it enables any lender to immediately and through a digital channel viralize any product offer for any credit in any country where they want to deploy. For a bank, this means they can reach new markets. For a fintech, it means they don't have to raise hundreds of millions of dollars to only convert a small percentage of these individuals. We provide, deep in the funnel, highly qualified, individually matched leads who are looking for the specific product that that lender's offering and who have a high probability of converting into a customer.
Yeah,
You think he needs more?
Oh yeah, a few more.
Yeah.
One second.
Yeah.
Gosh, okay.
No, this is all great stuff.
Let's talk about the privacy a little, because it sounded like the metadata were collected.
I'm going to finish
in
one on the
area.
countries.
Great.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll do that one.
Okay.
Okay. So my last question on that before we go to privacy is, if you're a lender and you sign up, let's say you're a lender in Colombia, and you sign up, does this mean you're only targeting now customers in your country? Or is there an opportunity to be able to reach a broader market? So explain that with the answer to.
Sure. So currently, you can only connect with customers in your country. So if you're a lender in Colombia, we target and direct your offers only to consumers within your borders. But our end goal is to make the world flat for credit, to be able to connect consumers anywhere with lenders everywhere, and make this a truly global marketplace. So an individual in Cameroon can receive offers from banks in the US, banks in Europe, banks in Brazil. They no longer depend on economic development within their borders in order to prosper. And for lenders, a small community bank in Oklahoma can now receive customers and connect with them digitally through our technology and our platform from anywhere on earth.
That's the ultimate goal.
Huge.
Right? Okay.
It's
Right.
huge.
Do you want to just do the flat for credit anywhere, just in case we
Anywhere,
run
anywhere?
into-
Got it. Okay.
And then the second question is, why is this important to you? Tell me a little about your background.
Okay.
Like
When
why
you do your
why
privacy.
Latin America?
Sure.
Just step this way a little bit towards James. There you go. And just pivot a little bit.
This. Pivot like this.
That's good. That's good.
So we just want to do that. That like if it were the end, and you say we want to make the world flat for credit, we don't need to talk about
Okay.
going around the world. Just sum it up.
Yeah. Our end goal is to make the world flat and frictionless for credit, connecting consumers anywhere with lenders everywhere on earth.
That's great. Okay, so the privacy thing scares me a little bit. It sounds like you're collecting a lot of data.
Talk about PII too.
So,
Sure. So, we were founded as a privacy company. Every bit of data that we collect is not ours. It belongs to the individual, and so long as they have an account open with a lender, it's shared with that individual lender. The consumer grants us specific access to the data we use to connect them with these lenders and qualify them for credit, and they have the right to revoke that access. In terms of privacy laws, we're a decade beyond any technology company on earth.
How about tell us about
that's
like
a big statement.
yeah, it's it's huge.
It's true.
Okay.
So privacy laws right now that are on the books enable 3 basic tenets of privacy, and we're actually like 5. And the main thing is that they don't allow individuals to turn off access because you don't have the keys. You have to tell someone to turn off the access. But we actually give every individual the key to that. That's it's in the blockchain platform.
Great.
Yeah.
Can we just do
That was a
one
good one. It was
really
real natural
small
just now.
part
What? Oh, yeah.
That was a good one. It was real natural just now. You just
about
talked.
what is
Right? You
metadata? So we don't need to make it sound quite so scary, like we're looking through all your
Okay.
pictures. It's just the pattern of the data.
Yeah, you got to do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So what's metadata? All it is a counter. How many pictures you take, how many apps you've downloaded, how often you use the apps. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that.
Okay.
What do you think?
But
Yeah.
let me say something else about
Yeah.
metadata.
Good.
So if you looked at the metadata that we actually collect, you can't, from that data, figure out if someone is a man or a woman, where they live, how much they make. No demographic information can be extrapolated from it. If you compare this to some of the alternative scoring models out there that have been shown to have a bias towards women, a bias towards minorities, we're very different. We don't want to be a cause of the problem. We want to solve the problem.
Do another one where it's like, my name is David, I'm the CEO of Prosperas, and then just
Yeah,
do
but
it.
tell us why Latin America. Like, what's your background?
Yeah.
Let's try and switch too. Let's try
Okay.
one
Yeah.
when you're over here.
Okay, and then
This side?
where?
Let's try that.
All right.
We'll start off doing your name.
This is
and
my
the
better side.
Yeah, do the name and the intro first, and then pause.
Okay.
We want to hear like why this means something to you, being Mexican.
So I come from what they used to call developing countries. So countries that haven't quite caught up to places in Europe. And
Just say my family's from Mexico.
Okay, perfect. So my family's from Mexico. I'm an immigrant to the United States, and I've always wanted to give something back. Take what I've learned in this country and make an impact back home. And I feel that Prosperous can do that. It can change Mexico for the better. I'll tell you a story. New Year's Eve in 1997, I was walking down a street in Acapulco, and this lady walked up to me. Must have been 100 years old, 90 at best. And she asked me for a limosna, a handout. And I thought to myself, why does this woman need to resort to this? We're in a country of great wealth, oil and minerals, beautiful beaches. This is a country that should be wealthier, but that prosperity doesn't flow down. And traditionally what's limited is access to credit and access to opportunities that are derived from credit. Starting a new business, buying a vehicle to go to a new job, or getting a loan to pay for an education so that I can make more money or make a better life for my children.
That's nice.
That's really good. Do your intro again, because we don't have a good one.
Okay, and then we'll switch to you because
Yep.
we need to do the.
Yep.
All right, so
Let's take a step back a little bit that way. Good, James?
Hi. So I'm David Rocha, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Prosperous. We founded Prosperous to be the financial inclusion company, to enable the 4 billion people on Earth who are currently excluded from traditional credit, unbanked and underbanked, to get credit for the first time through a digital platform and a frictionless experience. I don't like that. Let's toss it. I'm David Rocha. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Prosperous, the financial inclusion company. We founded Prosperous to bring credit to underserved markets around the world. There are 4 billion people on Earth who have never had access or have had unfair access to credit. That's a $3.1 trillion annual gap between the demand for credit and the access to that credit. But what's really wonderful is that 70% of these individuals have phones, and that's all we need to evaluate them and onboard them to the credit market.
Yes.
Okay, all you.
About